Wow. What a great party. What a great convention. Listening to all these speeches, it seemed like everything's already been said. And it's been said so well. So I'm going to try to be brief. We're only about an hour and a half behind here. But we've got some really serious challenges facing this nation, facing our country, as great as any that we've ever encountered. We've got this Donald Trump out there. Have you ever seen anyone that reminded you more of a juvenile playground bully, pathological lying fraud? No. And yet, you know, he's tapped in to America's very real, discontent about the way things have been going the last couple of decades. And so he is a real threat to the future of this country and the progress of the last century. Make no mistake about it, the Republicans have been enjoying electoral success. They have a majority in the House of Representatives as big as any of they've ever seen in the history of this country. And they control the Senate. And they've been winning governorships and city councils and state legislatures all around the country. And they are bound and determined to roll back a century of progress. That's right. A century of progress where the Democrats led the way. In my grandfather's lifetime, the life expectancy in this country was 47 years of age. Yes, that's right. In a little over a century, it's now darn near 80, and the Democrats were responsible for that every step of the way. We created jobs and opportunities unparalleled anywhere in the world, with living wages and benefits that became a model that the world wanted to emulate and to be like. We were inclusive. We were the ones who gave women choice. We were the ones who gave marriage equality. And the Republicans are bound and determined to roll back that century of progress. That's right. They want to do away with the rules, the regulations, the policies that gave us air we could breathe and water we could drink. That's right. That's what they want to do. They want to do away with the regulations that gave us health and safety in the workplace, in our communities. They want to do away with the consumer protections that gave us protection from unscrupulous business practices and the greed and the unscrupulous practices of Wall Street. The list goes on. I could spend the rest of the morning here on all the things that they want to roll back. But in the interest of time, I will not, except to say that we cannot let them win. We must make sure that the Democrats continue to lead this country. Make no mistake about it. And I want to begin by welcoming all the new people who are here at this convention and have embraced our party. And I don't mind telling you, I'm proud to be a Bernie delegate as a superdelegate. Thank you. Let me tell you, I like Hillary Clinton. I like what the Clintons have done for this country. And whoever wins this is going to have my support. We win elections when we're united. But I like the message of Bernie Sanders. let me just take a couple of quick examples of what I think this election is all about. Elections are about choices. That's right. Choices with profound consequences and profound implications. And I want to talk, just briefly, but I want to talk to you about one choice. It was the war in Iraq. Think about it. Think about it. Wait a minute. Think about it. This war cost us $3 trillion. That's right. $3 trillion. Oh, wait a minute. I'm not done yet. I listened to a military general the other day, said we've been bombing Iraq his entire adult life. That's right, for 25 years. $3 trillion. It's all about choices. Think about it. For one of those trillion, we could have graduated every kid in America from college and vocational school debt-free. Thank you. For another one of those trillion, guess what? We could have rebuilt our roads that are crumbling, our bridges that are falling down, the trains that are coming off the track. We could have built mass transit. We could have put millions of people to work. That's what we could have done with that trillion. And guess what? For another one of those trillion, oh my gosh, could we have not had some fun? We could have thrown some money at curing cancer. Yeah. We could have thrown some money at building alternative energies. We could have had some money building mass transit. But no. Instead, we're stuck with an additional $2 trillion. Why? Because the patriotic men and women who served our country, who, went to these battles, and they came back, they lost arms, they lost legs, they had nerve damage, they had brain damage, they had post-traumatic stress. They served us. We damn well better serve them when they come back. So those are just some of the consequences. They're huge, they're profound, they affect our presence, they determine our future, combined with the other policies that the Republicans have been able to pursue and succeed in. Make no mistake about it, the rich are getting richer in degrees unparalleled in human history. The poor are getting poorer. The middle class is getting crushed, and we have to turn that around and turn it around now. Well, I'm sorry, this is what it's all about. This is all about choices. It's not accidental that what has happened has happened. It's a combination of trade policies and tax policies and a whole wide range of economic policies that have had such disastrous effects. But there is so much more. There is so much more. In addition to holding back the assault on our progress, we still have the need to march forward. And that's what we as Democrats have always been about. It's been our platform. It's been our message. It's been our candidates that have led to the progress that we have come to enjoy and been a model for the world. Now, forgive me for just digressing into just one little thing somewhat. Some would call it parochial. I say it's not. I represent northeastern Minnesota. Thank you. I grew up on the Iron Range. All my neighbors, worked in the mines. We're proud of our forestry, we're proud of our mining, we're proud of our great port city of Duluth, we're proud of our tourism, we're proud of it all. But I gotta tell you, Homeland Security did a little study recently, that's right, and they found that 13% of the nation's gross national product, 13% of it, comes out of the range and the port of Duluth into the Great Lakes, that's right. And they're telling us if that pole lock, not to be confused, the POE lock at the Sioux Narrows that lets all of that commerce into the Great Lakes, if that were to collapse because of obsolescence, which it is in danger of, if that were to collapse because of a military attack, which is why we have a military contingency there, or if it was no longer needed because we shut down mining in Minnesota, they say it would put this nation, that's right, it would put this nation into a Great Depression, putting millions of people out of work. Why? Well, because the iron ore that comes out of the range is not just important to the Iron Range, it's important to our national economy. It is important to our national security. It's important to our future. Please stand with us. Stand with us. And as our great senator said, help us stop the Trans-Pacific Trade Agreement that is responsible for shutting down business and industry and mining. Furthermore, we've resisted almost 60 attempts to repeal the Affordable Care Act, and we're going to continue to resist it. But we should never rest. We should never rest until we have a universal, single-payer national health insurance plan for this country. The Republicans, including my opponents, say everything is on the table when it comes to Social Security and Medicare. They want to turn Social Security over to Wall Street, turn Medicare over to the insurance companies. No, we can never let them do that. No, no. And as I said before, it's time to put an end to these endless wars of choice and start reinvesting in America, investing in our people. And let's not forget the single, perhaps greatest challenge to Mother Earth is climate change. And we better address it. We better address it now, because the survival of our species may very well depend upon it. And last but not least, maybe the linchpin to it all is the corruptive, perversive effect and influence of money in politics. And I am proud to be the House sponsor. And by the way, I just last week picked up a Republican sponsor on that bill, the first one to reverse Citizens United. So time and again throughout history, we have proven what DFL, democratic, visionary leadership can do, as I said, with our platforms, with our message, with our candidates. A party that has enabled men and women of modest means, that's right, men and women of modest means with bold and visionary, important ideals and important ideas that they could implement into policy. That's what made us a nation to be modeled by the rest of the world. That's what Governor Dayton and the DFL leadership has been able to do for Minnesota. That's what our great congressional delegation and Senator Klobuchar and Al Franken have been able to do in the Senate. And Tim and Betty and Keith and Cullen have done for us in our congressional delegation. Do everything that you can to give us help. Let's elect Angie Craig and Terry Bonoff and David Schneider. And let's be grateful to our great president, Barack Obama, who I went to Cuba with him here a couple of weeks ago, and he said, "Isn't it good to be showing up in something other than a battleship?" Hats off to him for employing diplomacy. Yes, diplomacy. We didn't have to go to war with Iran. We made them get rid of their nuclear weapons. So let's leave no stone unturned. Let's do everything that we can. I ask for your help up in the 8th District. We got a yahoo not unlike Donald Trump. Thinks he can get a haircut and open up a fat checkbook from inheritance and buy a seat in the Congress. Help me make sure he as sure as hell doesn't get that done. Thank you all very much.